Hi, I am a Business Central functional consultant, and I will be going over the role center in Business Central, role centers, and the roles you can have. So, of course, I did show how to create a company in Business Central. Now we're just going to look at just this role center. As we can see, we currently have Cronus USA as the company currently logged into. And then, of course, up here in the ribbon, we have, other options. If you want to click into the three lines here, you would see multiple other options literally showing up for, um, like, I guess, different areas that you can access in Business Central. Now, all of these things showing here, you can definitely search for them up here in this, search bar, in this magnifying glass. So if you wanted to just click on the three dots or you just want to search for what you're looking for, you can definitely do that. So I'm going to go back and look at my role center. So of course at the top here, this, five options showing here, these are all bookmarked. Okay, they've already been bookmarked, meaning if I click on chart of account, for example, I can see that the bookmark icon is filled in. That tells me that it's already been bookmarked. So that's why we have it here. If let's say I wanted to take it off, I can definitely click into it and click this little, icon, go back to my role center by clicking up here and it's gone. Okay. So if I wanted to add it back there, I can go back to my chart of accounts and then bookmark it. Okay. So now we've talked about bookmarking in Business Central. If you scroll down, we have all those little insights. We have activities, user task, ongoing sales, different, boxes that are shown here, email status, approvals, intercompany, and so on. Okay, let's say you're like, okay, I do not need self-services. We're not doing timesheets. We are not doing Shopify. I need this gone. The way to do that would be to click on the cogwheel up here, personalize, and then now we can start taking off those boxes we don't need. So for example, the self-service aspect of this, we can definitely take it out by clicking on this icon and then we can hide it. Okay, same thing with Shopify. I do not want to see Shopify, so I can go ahead and hide that. So now I'm going to click done. Now, as you can see, it pretty much took those two boxes out. Okay, so that's how you use personalize. You hide field, you can also add field. I will talk more about the personalization in a different video, but that's how you use it. Now, the role I'm currently using is the business manager role. The way to find out is the gear cog up here, my settings, and role right here. It says business manager. So if I click into it, I can see the other roles we have in the system. Okay. Now, if I wanted to switch to maybe, let's say, for example, service manager, and I click OK, my role will change. Okay. And as it's loading, we'll see in a second that it does changes from, whatever was at the top. Now it's not even there anymore. It's now customer, items, item journal, requisition. I don't know if you remember, we saw bank accounts, chart of accounts, and things like that. Okay, so of course, changing the role center does, changing the row does change the role center too. Okay. So now let's talk more about personalization. Let me go back to my business manager role center. Okay, and then click OK. So now I'm going to navigate to my chart of accounts and show you how that personalization works for a second. So if let's say in this case, first of all, as we see here, this little I right here is just pulling up this little pane. This is the fact box. Okay, so we just want to close it out so we have more space. And the little messages that have been popping up on every page that I go to, those are little tooltips. I believe you can turn that off in a different page, which actually, let me just show you where that is. So my settings, you can, turn off the teaching tips, in other words, and click OK. But I'm fine with having them pop up. So personalization real quick before I let you guys go. I can go ahead and add a new field. Okay. If let's say I want to see columns called balance at date, for example, I can add it to that column and add it anywhere I want. If let's say I don't need to see account category, for example, I can definitely, or accounts subcategory, I can definitely remove it. Okay, so you can add and remove field using the personalization tool in Business Central. Okay, thank you. Have a good one.